Welcome to my world here on the internet. I'm your host, Moises Beauchamp. Support the Felons Uprising Movement today by picking up a free baseball cap or t-shirt. Just cover the shipping costs. Again, pick up a free baseball cap or t-shirt and support the Felons Uprising Movement today. Just click on the link below and order your free state property no more t-shirt today. Meet Hank. He's a gold digger, but he can't find any gold. One day, while browsing the internet, he discovered the Simple Freedom Club. We teach entrepreneurs how to sell fast. Paid traffic domination, funnel building masterclass, conversion secrets. Hank is now making bank with his new funnel. So if you're ready to scale, get instant access now to the simplyeasycashsystem.com. Welcome to my world here on the internet. I'm your host, Moises Beauchamp. Support the Felons Uprising Movement today by picking up a free baseball cap or t-shirt. Just cover the shipping costs. Again, pick up a free baseball cap or t-shirt and support the Felons Uprising Movement today. Just click on the link below and order your free state property no more t-shirt today. Welcome to my world here on the internet. I'm your host, Moises Beauchamp, and we're about to be with you here in just a minute. Today, we're talking about Little Dulce Maria Alavez, No Child Stands Alone. Justice for Little Dulce Maria Alavez. We're going to talk about it here in a minute. Go grab you a drink. Make yourself comfortable, and we'll be right with you. Meet Hank. He's a gold digger, but he can't find any gold. One day, while browsing the internet, he discovered the Simple Freedom Club. We teach entrepreneurs how to scale fast. Paid traffic domination, funnel building masterclass, conversion secrets. Hank is now making bank with his new funnel. So if you're ready to scale, get instant access now to the simplyeasycashsystem.com. All right, welcome to the show. Welcome my co-host, Miss Brenda. She's
Yes. Hello. Sorry. Hold on. I gotta put my headphones on. Give me 1 second.
do your thing, do your thing. Just be advised that the baby's kind of woke a little bit. Just be advised. All right. I guess while you get situated, I'll play another commercial. Stay tuned, my
I'm sorry.
peoples. Give us a quick minute here. I'll
What
play
was
a
that again?
commercial while we get situated.
I didn't hear
I
what you
was just
said.
I was advising you that the baby is somewhat woke a little bit,
Okay.
but
I'm
she's
coming.
good. She's good. She's good. She's good. So you're good. So we'll just get on with the show, and
Okay.
we'll play it by ear. All right. So
All right.
you're on. You got the floor.
All right. I'm actually waiting on somebody to call in. Uh, just waiting for
Okay.
her. But
Oh well.
anyway,
While we wait, you take
yeah.
over.
While we wait, um, still no word on uh anonymous video man. We all know that it's the father, but apparently, uh, they still haven't made actual contact with him yet. To say if he's the one that actually put out the video. Like just because it's him on the video doesn't necessarily mean he's the one that did it. So they're just still trying to find out who did that video. And it's so odd that since what? Since Dulce's birthday, you launched the video and you still haven't even been heard from. It's like he launched the video and he went ghost.
Yeah, in my opinion, that video was a publicity stunt, but that's
Yeah,
just my opinion.
I agree for a little bit because apparently since he hasn't shown his face yet, so we can't say he did it with intent to locate his daughter, because if that was the case, then you'll just keep on going. You won't stop with a video a year and a half later. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna mute this mic real fast. Um,
Yeah,
well,
I agree. I agree. To just put out a video and then poof, be gone. You know what I'm saying? Don't hear nothing else. No, nothing. You know what I'm saying? No
nothing
kind
at
of
all.
explanation. No nothing.
Not even. Hold on. Oh, okay. I had to mute because I was trying to upload the YouTube thingy on my laptop, but I'm not as whizzed as you, so it took me a moment.
Okie dokie, okie doke.
Okay,
Well,
waiting on
we
Anna.
we are all learning.
Wow, you can hear those kids from outside, like they're inside. But anyway, okay. So moving forward, so we still haven't found yet. Uh, no one yet has taken, responsibility for this video. Obviously, it was launched. It was launched on Dulce's birthday. And since then, we haven't heard him. But anyway, there has been um, a couple other weird things that has happened since Dulce disappeared, like these fires uh, that occurred after the day after, during that huge search. Because the day that she disappeared, Christian had their own little search and things like that. But then the next day when the FBI came, they did their own search, and then that's when there was a fire um, at the FNS produce. Do you have the picture of that?
About to pull them up right now. Give me a second.
Yes. So there was a fire at the grandmom's workplace where she used to work at. Soon after, the day after, I think it was about, I would say maybe one or something. I'm not sure around what time it was, but I know uh, it was around It was the next day after Dulce disappeared. But so so obviously your grandchild goes missing. And I'm not saying that the fires are linked to Dulce's disappearance, but how odd is it that you lose your grandchild and bam, the next day you even lose your place of employment? Like you got specked in the left and the right, okay? Because you lost your job now. First you lost your granddaughter. Well, not lost her, but she got kidnapped. And then after that, the next day your job catches on fire. I mean, that thing went down to pieces. There was no saving that. And I don't think she's went back to work to that with that company for since then anyway. And now this is another fire that happened. Um, there was three searches that happened in the park. So there was one on the day she went missing. There was the next one on the 17th, and then you remember, quite frankly, when they came back again to do like another search with the FBI, and it was about the 20th. That's when there was a fire in the park that was caught through the chopper. So while the chopper was circulating, the area and everybody was gathering their teams and their spots that they were going to go search, the chopper ended up catching a fire in the park. And near that fire, it looked like maybe it could have been a worker because there's like one of those backhoes or whatever you call those thingies um, in there. So that would indicate you see all the way to the very back. If you circle it with your cruiser, babe, to the right side of the fire, you could see that there's machinery there. So obviously, maybe only just a worker or someone, who was allowed to be in that area was there. Is it uh, crazy that now in the very first huge search with the FBI, there was a fire at the grandmom's job. Then soon after, when the FBI is going to do a second search, now there's a fire at the park. Once again, taken away from what's important, which is the search for Dulce, because now there's a fire in the park. So we have to pull some people that could have been in certain areas, or we could have had uh, more manpower, you know, in certain areas, but maybe some of them had to be taken away due to the fire that was going on in the park. And it's like we never heard nothing else about it either. Like there was a fire during a huge search for a missing little girl, but yet again, you don't hear that maybe it was the air was too dry, but couldn't that have been because it wasn't that hot. Um, what struck that fire, right? Did somebody physically light it up, or did Mother Nature do it? I mean, that's just like the FNS produce. I think I ran across the article today where it states that they found no foul play in that, but you know, people, minds start wandering like mine. And I would assume that the grandmom, since she lost, got the baby got kidnapped the day before, and then now your place of employment. I was always thinking maybe that was kind of like a signal to be quiet or something like that.
Well, yeah, it just seems kind of strange. I mean, your granddaughter goes missing, and then the very next day or during the time that your granddaughter goes missing, your place of employment catches on fire. It's just strange. I
Hmm.
don't know.
And um, I noticed that on our last live, you kept asking me if the city workers were off that day, that if the kids were in school. I don't know what you kept mentioning about that, but when I meant city workers, I mean the maintenance people that attend the actual park. Like city workers, not meaning school teachers, and et cetera, et cetera. Okay.
Right, I got
because
you. I was
everybody,
clear.
yeah, I know you was confused. He was like, okay, so city workers were closed and what are the teachers doing in school? But anyway, back to these fires. So how weird is it that two fires on the same day that the search for Dulce was supposed to happen, two fires occurred. You know, the main one at the plant, and then the other one in the park. And I know at one point people were asking like, what was her place of employment? This was it. Um, it's just kind of odd. Like you didn't even get to locate your granddaughter yet, and then now you lose your job. Like that's serious, you know. But anyway, I was waiting on somebody to join us because I wanted to talk to her. But if you give me one moment, I can reach out to her on Messenger one more time, and you can go ahead and I guess and give us a quick break for a second.
All right, I will do so. Bear with us for just a second. We will play a commercial break while we reach out to our other guests that will be coming on the show.
No trouble gonna bring me down, shake me and make me frown. Just let go, oh oh oh, you gotta just let go, oh oh oh, you gotta just let go, oh oh oh, you gotta just let go, oh go.
Welcome to my world here on the internet. I'm your host, Moises Beauchamp. Support the Felons Uprising Movement today by picking up a free baseball cap or t-shirt. Just cover the shipping costs. Again, pick up a free baseball cap or t-shirt and support the Felons Uprising Movement today. Just click on the link below and order your free state property no more t-shirt today. Meet Hank. He's a gold digger, but he can't find any gold. One day, while browsing the internet, he discovered the Simple Freedom Club. We teach entrepreneurs how to scale fast. Paid traffic domination, funnel building masterclass, conversion secrets. Hank is now making bank with his new funnel. So if you're ready to scale, you can send access now to the simplyeasycashsystem.com. So, what y'all think about these fires and all the coincidence with these fires? Let me know in the chat room. Chat room is open. And again, reach out to us if you want to be part of the broadcast. Meet Hank. He's a gold digger, but he can't find any gold. One day, while browsing the internet, he discovered the Simple Freedom Club. We teach entrepreneurs how to scale fast. Paid traffic domination, funnel building masterclass, conversion secrets. Hank is now making bank with his new funnel. So if you're ready to scale, you can send access now simplyeasycashsystem.com.
Okay. Hello. All right.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back to the show.
Yes. I was off for a little bit. I couldn't get back in for some reason. All right. So, anyway, so that's why I was typing it in the thing. So, how crazy. I still can't believe how many crazy things have really happened. Now that you be thinking about it, you think that the Ohio letters was the only thing that was crazy. I don't even know how the fire didn't become, as huge as the Ohio letters. It's like it happened and then nobody ever heard about it anymore, about those fires. Anna said give her a moment. She'll be calling in a little bit. She's almost done. Uh, so, and then I remember when I was searching through Google, uh, like I had posted earlier on on the group, how I was searching through Google, and all of a sudden this profile had came up. Remember, I had asked you, was were you able to make a page like that for a missing child? You remember I showed it to you?
Yeah, I do remember.
Yeah. So it's like the address that was on there was like it was just a street name, and it didn't even wasn't even it was near the school, but it wasn't like Buckshooter Road. It was like a block or two blocks down from uh from her school. I forgot what the name of the street was, but anyway, then it had like a website, and then the website was linked to the Daily Journal, and it had like all her clippings since the day that she disappeared. That was like the weirdest thing ever. Cause, and then the phone number that was on that profile belonged to her school. So instead of you contacting somebody to relay information to them about maybe if you had spotted her or something, it's going directly to her school, which I ended up screenshotting it and I submitted it, and it ended up being fake. So uh, that was one another crazy thing that happened, and it's just a few people were commenting on it. I forgot it was two guys actually that was on there. I think I have screenshots of that of the gentleman that was watching. I mean, was watching was talking on that Facebook on that group. But anyway, all right. So the other day we had a little thing with Annie the other day on our live, and I just want to say that I want to say it again that we don't think that she actually took Dulce. It was just leading up to the events in her life that she was there at the park or whatever, but it doesn't even matter at this point. But anyway, because I'm getting off track, because I'm actually just waiting for this phone call so we could talk about something, but she's taking a little bit too long. But how suspicious do you really think that these fires are? Like, looking from the outside in, with those two fires and things like that, that it was like somebody was more likely trying to cover up. Maybe the person worked at FNS Produce. Maybe her abductor worked there, because they have the shift where you work in the afternoon to the nighttime. Maybe he was supposed to report to work for the second shift, but he never came, or he came late, or they was going there to see if the grandma was really working there the day Dulce disappeared, and then that's why the place got burned down. I mean, I don't know. I've been thinking about the craziest stuff when it comes down to this fire that happened the very next day at her job after her granddaughter disappeared. That's the only reason why I kept saying that if Dulce's disappearance had to do with anybody, it would probably be the grandma, because she's the one that had the custody. Her job was the one that caught on fire, because if 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 it was Noema, something else probably would have happened. Lord knows what. But we don't know where she worked at. But how odd is it that the grandma's place caught on fire? She's saying it's trying and it's not letting her. Give me 1 second.
It's not letting her. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me try to send it to you again, or try to go to where it says share and
Okay.
try to do it that way.
And reshare it. But anyway, I would take that as a, should I stay quiet or should I keep looking for my granddaughter? I don't know, because these people, their behavior is so weird that you can't read them. They're so flat and emotion, you can't read them. You don't know if they're feeling hurt or are they still in a state of shock, because I don't know how long you can stay in a state of shock, but it's almost 2 years now. She said it won't let her come on. She might not have it on her phone.
It should still allow her to come in, but let me see.
But anyway, so
You still there? Sorry about that. That's technology for you. We're doing this live on the fly, so bear with
hello,
us.
can you hear me?
Hear you now, loud and clear.
Oh, okay. I thought you wasn't able to hear me, but I would have thought that the hit would have been for the grandmom, because the grandmom is the one that always takes would take her to the appointments, because she had custody of her. So the grandma would be taking her to more places than what Noema would have been taking her to, because supposedly, per the word of the town, is that half the community didn't even know she even had kids because they never seen her with kids. And some of the people that have seen her, throughout the city, that kind of like knew her through like a friend or whatever, still stated they didn't even know she had kids. So I would say that the majority of the parenting time actually did come from the grandmom. So that means that maybe appointments, school, church, the babysitter, um, you know, anything, anything that the grandmom said yes to. Because I'm pretty sure if somebody came and said, "Hey, to Noema, hey, can I take Dulce with me to the lake?" She's not going to be able to say yeah. She's not the boss of that little girl. She's the mom of her, but she's not the boss of her because her mom is the one that had custody of her. So she would still have to ask her grandma. The grandma, can Dulce go, to certain places? So the grandma would know who Dulce was always with. That's why I thought that all Noema did at that time, at that day, was just take Dulce to the park. But then again, she stated that the night before she was scared, and she actually spent the night at her mom's house. The night before that Dulce disappeared, she spent the night at her mom's house. Uh, I'm not
Yeah.
sure on the statement that everything was washed the day before she went missing, and they didn't have anything to give to law enforcement but the uniform that she had on. So I'm not sure how that goes, but why would everything still be washed in your house and you have nothing to provide the police with, not even a pillow? Because supposedly she slept between you and, between the grandparents. So you don't even, little girl didn't even have a pillow, you know.
I may have to invite her in, um, but I don't think I have her as a friend on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
But if she wants, she could call in, like through the regular phone line
You
to the
heard that, Anna? You can call in. But anyway, and then I still Anna just call us in so we could talk. But so okay, so the night before she's scared, right? So she spends the night at her parents' house. Uh the next day, there's a half a day of school. It's National Mexican Independence Day. I'm pretty sure a family like them that always been in tune with every festivity that has happened in Britain was looking very forward to that day too, because a lot of things, they did a lot of stuff like that together, because you could tell by the family photos that they were the kind that was always like in the park, going to lakes, and things like that. So I'm pretty sure that they looked forward to this event, because that event be huge in Britain. They got um, barbecues and lots of music and drinking. And I'm pretty sure that was up Norma's alley, and having fun. And apparently she had her daughter that day and her son and her sister. But, you know, so they get out of school early, right? She picks them up from the bus stop. She takes them home. They get changed. So for all the way until 3:45, from whenever time they let you go early from school in Britain, her sister had enough time to do her homework, or at least some of her homework, so she didn't have to do it at the park. But don't know how she still had to do homework at the park. I still don't get that. A week worth of school, like how far behind was that girl? So how far behind, that she had? Yeah. Or somebody was talking about the fire. Yeah, I do believe it was intended for who, but though it was the employer of the grandma, so I believe they probably told her to be quiet or something like that. I'm not sure how those fires are connected, but it's just weird how they happen on certain days that they were looking for Dulce, you know? So anyway, so we go back to the park, right? She's sitting out the car, them kids start running out there. I still don't get how fast. That must have been like lightning speed fast. It must have been that fast that nobody even seen it. Like, how do you get to the freaking park and you're sitting in the car scratching the lottery ticket, hoping that you hit the lotto? Because that's why we scratch lottery tickets. We scratch lottery tickets because we want a whole nother life. And I'm not saying that because I scratch lottery tickets once every 3 years or something like that. For but everybody's telling me they can't see the chat, but they're seeing it. What's the number? Can you send me the number for Annie to call? I mean Anna to call in before we get off this live. But anyway, so you're sitting in the car, homework, lottery ticket, a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old playing in the park with freshly bought ice creams. 10 to 15 minutes later, you don't spot the children. You get out, you go over there, you catch, you find Manny. He's crying, that his ice cream's on the ground. He starts pointing to you that she ran behind the buildings or something like that. But when did you really, 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 really figure out that your daughter, somebody could have taken her? Because, if Manny told you, if you probably asked Manny, and maybe more upset at Manny because, Manny can't talk. So you probably put a little bit more pressure on Manny, because he can't talk. So, but you still have to collect what he says. And I'm pretty sure he told you that somebody lured her, like, because you did say he did some hand motions um, to her, telling her to come over. But it's just crazy how nobody's seen that two kids that came out from a car, one of them ended up going behind the building, and now the mom is asking questions and nobody still has answers. Like, that is so crazy. How did it happen? Hey, if you guys go under, it's the 910-378-0859. That's the phone number. I'm sorry. So much distraction over here. All right. So let me put that in the group chat too. I mean, in this chat room.
Yeah, and
But
the phone line is open.
yeah. But anyway, how odd is that? Like, how odd is that? And then it gets even odder after that because then like all these weird ass people start coming in. Like well, I can't say nothing because the only other case that I ever gotten into besides this one was the Casey Anthony one. And then that was it. Like that case, remember? I searched it too, and we was looking through all. I was hooked on that case, and that was like the only other case, and then this one. But this one I've done a little bit more because now we're doing like extra stuff that we haven't even done. But anyway, it's just so weird how she literally vanished from Bushton City Park. Like there's no other way how to explain it. Like she evaporated like water, like because nobody seemed to have seen her. You know, how crazy is that? One moment you're playing, the next moment, did they even play? Because, you know, and then some people say that the park was under maintenance and that there was only swings. But, you know, as I'm looking back into the videos where the news people keep showing videos of the park, there was more than just swings there at the time. Uh, so it wasn't just swings that were there. There was other things that were there too that they were removing, but not everything was removed, you know? So there wasn't just a swing area that was there. There was other things. So that was interesting that I had seen that because she kept saying in the beginning that there was just a set of swings because the park was, you know, being fixed. But as I was been browsing through videos and I'm looking at the park layout and I'm like, but there was more than just swings. So, you know, if a kid is getting out the car, they're gonna run through everything. You're gonna see them running through everything. But you know, the only wrong thing she did was just sit in that car. Yeah, she was old enough to do homework when she went home, but who would sit in the car? And then the oldest one at that, you would sit in the car. I mean, Dulce didn't even get to do her homework yet. Her Dulce's homework. So see, if you was really about so stern about doing homework, then Dulce should have done her homework too. Because Dulce's homework still wasn't even done. It wasn't done. She didn't even touch her homework. So why was your 8-year-old sister allowed to do her homework, but your daughter is out there playing around and now she got snatched up? Yeah, it should have been the same thing. Like you're not allowed to get out the car either if you don't do your homework because you know you had time to do your homework. You know, why bring the homework to the park?
Hey, real quick, I got Anna on the line, on the phone line.
Okay.
Um, hey Anna, say something to see if they could hear you out there. Can you guys hear her?
No.
Okay, give me 1 second. Continue on speaking, Brenda, while I
Yeah,
set
okay.
this up over
So
here.
Kelly, no. Noema, Dulce's mom, actually spent the night at her mom's house, like the night before. So, like on September 15th, Noema spent the night at her mom's house. So, I'm not sure did Dulce go over there, you know, earlier on that day, which that's a good question. Like, where was Dulce at the 24 hours before this even happened? But, you know, in the Dr. Phil, in that Dr. Phil interview, you know, the only thing that she stated was that old friend. So like she went back what, like 3 days, so like 72 hours from her daughter's disappearance. And I guess that the old friend was the only one that struck her funny. But you know,
Hey, baby, I got Anna on the line. Hey, Anna, say
Okay.
hi to the people.
Hey.
Can y'all hear?
Hey.
Can y'all hear Anna? Press one if y'all can hear her. Go ahead, Anna. Speak for a little while.
I don't know what to say.
All right, Anna. So what are you doing in reference to like searching for Dulce?
Well, what I do is I go out and I go and search the outskirts of Richmond.
You check the outskirts of Bristol. Like how are you searching for these locations? Like what is what do you do in the midst of these searches?
I'm,
The what?
I'm sorry I didn't hear you.
I said, how do you start doing your searches? Like, what do you do? Like, how do you look for clues to your searches and things like that?
Oh, I look at the area before I go, and then I figure out, like, I think that she could be northwest because that's the obvious place where, whoever took her probably went.
Hmm.
So I always search Hopewell area, Upper Deerfield. I just go and I look on the maps and um, I'll look for places that might have a dirt road that might be easy access. You know,
All right, so you're well aware because you do all that AMAP stuff. So you've been in tune with like some of these spirit whisperers and things like that, right? And searching, getting clues off of them, and going to certain locations and seeing that can you find something or not. So you remember the uh, when that local whisperer came and said that the death stamp of September 18th of 2019. You remember that? You remember when the local whisperer said that Dulce passed away on September 18th of 2019? You remember when he said that in those groups?
yeah,
That crazy ass man.
yeah,
And how he had everybody, wasn't he telling everybody, right? That she was what, under that the trestle in the park, like that little bridge thingy that's behind the zoo. What did you uh, note when he said she was like underneath the seventh plank or something like that? Do you know about that?
no, I didn't know about that. I
Yeah,
I never focus for inside of Richmond. I always focus on the outskirts.
yeah. But he's
I don't. I hardly listen to not you guys, but I don't listen to the whisperer. I listen to myself. And I'm like, okay. And I think to myself, I go to the park and I think which way would they go? Obvious way would be straight out because that's the fastest way to get out. Not by the
right.
zoo. Fastest way to get out that way. So you have a choice. You can go left or right. I choose left. You can go right. The right is going to take you to Hopewell 2 or BB Run Road. So, or Upper Deerfield.
Yeah, through the back way, right? Because that's honestly that's the only way that you could probably get out of there because it's the most uh woodiest areas out there. Because that's all you see is nothing
Yeah,
but farmway coming out to the back. Like what are your chances of somebody catching you on camera going out that way, right?
exactly. And none of those cameras work. None of those cameras work at the stoplight. They don't work. That's
Yeah,
why they weren't focused on the stoplight because they don't work. They got cameras there, but they're not hooked up. Even when you go out to Hopewell, I don't think the police went out to Hopewell.
Oh, so are you
I think
serious?
the police only,
So
huh?
you're saying are you saying that the cameras on the street lights all the way to Hopewell don't work?
Yeah.
Good God Almighty. Okay, continue.
And I know that because I had somebody, she went and she worked for, forget who she worked for, and she went and she checked. The only cameras that are near us is up on the turnpike
oh wow.
actually work.
But
Wow.
don't, yeah, it's crazy. It's really, really, really crazy. But don't
So
you want to
let
do
me
like,
ask you, so Anna,
uh-huh.
how close do you think that law enforcement is to solving this case, in your opinion?
I think, my opinion, I don't think they're close at all. They don't want other people. They don't want theories. They only want um. They
Facts.
only want like tips. So nobody,
Yep.
you can't go to them and say, I have a theory or I have this kind of help. They don't want it. But they don't have nothing. There's nothing out there. Nobody knows. They don't know if she's alive. They don't know if she's dead. I don't want to say that, but nobody knows. I don't even know, if she is alive or not. I assume that she might not be alive. I assume that she might not be alive, and I assume that she's in Hopewell, Upper Deerfield area, because even if you went out into Bridgeton, 4:30, that place is busy.
Yep.
There's no way you can get out of there real fast.
Yep. And guess what? And it was National Mexican Independence Day. You know how popular those streets was? If they hit those main streets downtown, no, they definitely went those
Yes,
back ways. Definitely went through the
yes,
back. Cause that's what I'm saying. That's how it was so smooth. Because when they took her, now the whole city of Bridgeton had to stop the festivity because damn, now there's a kid. So that's what I'm saying. Like, how quick were they to like really stop everything? Cause that day was real popular. Didn't you go last year to her vigil and you seen how the trucks was waving the flags and all of that stuff? They was probably doing that the day she
yes,
disappeared too.
Now,
yes.
now, Miss Anna, what do you think about the coincidence uh, with these fires and the grandma working for the company that burned up, and then the same day there was like a fire out in the park as well, if I'm not mistaken. What's your opinion about that?
Well, I'm not sure about S&S, but the fire that's in the park, I would love to know where that fire was.
Me too.
I
So,
would love to know so that area can be searched.
so I'm not
Mhm.
speculating. I'm not speculating. There was a fire out in the park on that day, correct?
Yes, it was
No,
caught on the chopper.
was it that day or was it the day after? It was one of those
It was
days
that
because I remember
the
because
day
I was
after. Yeah, the day after was the grandmom's factory. But you remember when the FBI went back again, like that Wednesday or that Thursday, the 20th. That's when the park had that fire. When that live chopper feed was out,
yes, yes,
that's when they caught that fire. So the fire happened during the second search with the FBI, because the FBI did two searches, and then the Christian did the first search, by itself the day she went missing,
yes.
which is crazy. You know what it is? He That's what I'm saying. Like, how was there lockdown? Because she could have been anywhere, uh, hidden perfectly because it was a festive day.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. And they're saying nobody saw nothing, but them streets was loaded with people. So
Yes.
anyway,
It's,
yeah. So what did you see? You was there last year in the visual, right?
yes.
So what was going on in the visual? See, because I got there late. I got there at the end. What was going on in the visual that day?
They're just, well, I say to myself, I guess I don't get along with other people. Well, with whoever ran that one. Um, they just nothing really. I mean, they didn't come in until like 4:30, and they had a police all over the place. You
Yeah, and
know.
that's when you seen the dog, right? The first time, that's when you first seen the dog that she mentioned that she used to bring to the park.
Yes, and those
Yeah,
dogs gonna try to attack those service dogs. I've seen it.
yeah. How was like the dog
I was,
acting around other people?
yeah, I was kind of afraid for those dogs.
Yeah, it didn't look. He didn't look like he belonged to them. Because when you're owner of a dog, you'll have more control of that dog. That dog was all over the place. Uh, Wasn't
So,
listening to
so
nobody.
in other words, Lalo the dog that belonged to Naoma and Dulce, it didn't seem like the dog belonged to them.
No,
Hmm.
I mean that was a big dog. You would think, and it was a pit bull mix, right? So you would think that it would. They kept pulling. It's like the dog kept growling at certain uh family. Like certain people that was around it. The dog was. I could hear it. I even have it in the video. You could still hear the dog barking the whole entire time. The dog was there. He was
Yeah,
not.
the dogs wouldn't stop barking. I mean, because
Yeah.
the dogs were there, but
Oh, look, Anna. Kelly said, talk about the guy that showed up at the anniversary when you were at the table.
the one guy on Sunday,
Yeah,
there
she
was
said
one
the
guy that
anniversary.
came on Sunday. He was sweating bullets, and he signed in, and then he's like, I can't stay, I have to leave.
Hmm.
Oh, really? And what? I
Yeah,
mean, if you don't mind me asking, what was this guy's nationality?
Mexican.
Hmm. And
Hmm.
he
And
sweating bullets,
he was sweating bullets, like he was very nervous.
very nervous,
Very, very nervous.
like his blood pressure done shot up to tomato
Yeah,
status.
sweating. He said he can't stay because his friend's leaving. That's what he said. He can't
Hmm.
stay. And he signed in, and then he left.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Weird, very weird.
Yep.
I do have his phone number.
Oh, you had the name?
I have his
Cause,
phone number, but nobody's interested in that. The police
cause
are not interested in it.
okay, cause we have cause allegedly there's I had to do 2,200 interviews. So far I did 2,199. You weren't in there at the park that day, so I can kind of not kind of include you in there, but we still have more interviews to do. So if you could just send us that name, we probably could do some searching.
Yeah.
It's, yes, and see what that's all. So he just went there, signed in, and immediately told you he can't stay.
What was that?
I said he just went there, signed in, and told you he can't stay. So that fast, he changed his
Yeah,
mind.
he signed in. He said he can't stay, and then he left. And he wanted to wash his hands. He's like, I need to wash my hands. I need to wash my hands.
Well,
Hmm.
that's understandable, COVID and all.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but he said he needs to wash his hands, so he was sweating bullets.
Yeah, he was probably scared of. Sometimes they say that you can grab DNA through sweat. So if he was that smart and he wanted to wash his hands, did he? Was there like police there? Did you guys tell anybody that you had somebody exchange come?
Yeah, we told Jackie,
What?
and I kept the paper because I kept all the sign-in sheets.
Oh, you kept them all? Shoot, I would have kept that. I would have took
Yeah,
that
so
same pen. I would have took that same pen that he wrote with, and I would have put it to the side as soon as he turned around.
Y'all see.
And this happened. Oh, Kelly said that this happened before COVID. Remember? Oh yeah, this happened before COVID. So
Oh,
yeah,
or maybe he was just one of them German phobic type of dudes.
like a monk.
it could be. He might have nothing to do with it, and he wanted to stay, but he couldn't because his friend was going to leave him.
Yeah, that is
Oh,
strange.
okay. Yeah, that was strange.
Or
Hello.
it could be possible something else, but
Yeah, that was strange. But you need to send it to us so I can really look into this gentleman because anybody that acts strange,
Hey,
yeah.
Miss.
well, the problem is that if you call FBI or anybody, they don't answer, or you leave a message, they don't even get back to you, say, no, we got it. So, they want everybody to call in and leave a tip, and they don't respond to you, no matter what.
Right. I've heard that.
So,
Yeah, that could
because
be
the
pretty
fact that you didn't
frustrating.
even saying anything, you know.
Mhm. That's crazy. But go ahead, babe. What were you gonna ask Anna?
Oh, what I wanted to ask was, you know who Greg the Spirit Whisperer is, right?
Yeah,
Okay, and you know who Annie Janney is, right?
yeah.
Um, do you know uh, if any what type of relation or uh, I don't know, like how are they associated if they are?
Honestly, I don't know.
No, she wouldn't know. I would know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
So how
Yeah,
do you think they're associated?
she wouldn't know. Well,
I don't
because
know.
but okay, but before we get to that, I just want to say that Annie did not hand over that envelope by herself. It was this Anna that actually handed over the envelope of cash to this family, because whatever. But anyway, Annie and Greg, uh, they're related because I ran across an obituary naming Joanne um, Peterson Gerasi, and that's how Annie and Greg are related. And the only reason why I'm saying it like this is because these two people, since the day one, since this case has involved, have been acting the craziest. Not only them two, because there's like Jackie as well. Like she falls into that category. There's a few people that also fall into that category, but I just don't know like what's up with these two duos. And I had shared that with a few people that because you always wonder about them, right? Because Annie has acted weird, right? And so did Greg.
Yeah, in my opinion, yeah.
Yeah, they have been acting real weird. So
And
I just
they did say, to look out for these type of things in the circles.
they did, but they did, and then that's the whole thing. They tell you to look for behavior, right? So we're all in tune with the family's behavior. That nobody's actually putting their eyes out to the extended circles that can surround this family as well, because it's Christian. I mean, if
Now,
anybody knows Christian, oof,
now let me ask you something. The other day when that shenanigans was going on with Miss Annie Janet, um, what do you think she meant by I'm Team Noema? What do you think she meant by that?
because at first she wasn't, I
Well,
guess. Go ahead, Anna.
I would think that she's just all she wants to help her.
Okay.
She wants to help her. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm not saying it. It could be that this whole time people were doing, the right thing. But what stuns me is that the secrecy. Like when you start, if you're looking for a child, right? What you need to know is that you'll have some real hard. They're called armrest detectives, right? Because I've been posting up stuff on how people, how normal citizens like us, they're called web sleuths, have solved some cases that involved, with like murders and missing children and all of this other stuff. So they tell you to look for our behavior, but when you come into these groups, when you start hiding out so much of your identity, right? And then you start leading the people to believing certain things because it was just like so weird. Like, these two forces come together and it was like they was completely setting off distractions in this whole case. It was just crazy. Yeah. But then so I try to find connections between both of them because, I would ask a question and sometimes they didn't like to answer. So then that's how I came across that obituary. And I noticed that they were family. So
Right.
why
And
hide that you're family though?
and at the beginning, yeah, she Miss Annie Jennings said that she did not know who Greg the Spirit Whisperer was.
Nope. But they're related. So, and I mean, I don't know if,
And you're absolutely positively sure.
oh yeah, 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 it is. It says it right on. And then the further you go in, everybody that was mentioned in this obituary is actually in the same family tree as these two people. So it's not like I pulled the obituary and said, oh, it says this person and this person. No, because um, I went through the name, and then that name had the sister, the brother, the niece, the nephew, the this, the that, and then you know. But anyway, yeah, and then it's true. Kelly did send me a picture where somebody they had like the back of the car. It was an SUV, like a red SUV. She has sent me a picture of it, but it's just how weird that these two duo. I called them Bonnie and Clyde. Since the moment that I found out that both of them were related, it was like Bonnie and Clyde, because I've always wondered why this man would block me. He had lured so much women, you know, and all they did was speak about death. Like there, since he came in, there was like no positivity at all whatsoever. And then he had that death stamp of September 18th of 2019. Like, how would you know that? And then he claims that he actually gave all this information up to the British police. And if that was the case, and to the FBI, you know, I don't know about these two people, but I do know that I hope that if if even if the FBI is listening or whatever, they really need to start searching some more, because it's been almost 2 years already. Like, we don't really hear anything, and they keep asking people that they need to help them. So the information that we do find, that's all we find. Like, we're not detectives. We can't crack into somebody's camera system. We can't crack into somebody's phone. We don't know who the hell was at the park that day. We only know a few people. I only know of one person that was actually at the park that day, and that one person has had a whole weird demeanor and then it's just weird that the only person that you actually know that was at the park that day has weird ways. So
Right. And like 4 or 5 different stories on why they were checked out.
mm-hmm. Yeah, and 4 or 5 different crazy ass stories. And then that's true. The with Kelly too, how she says about her little cousin, little Billy, right? How did he contacted Jill? Okay, so they met up at a coffee shop or something like that, and he's showing her all of these pictures and all of this stuff and everything. And
that was Greg the Spirit Whisperer, correct?
yeah, it was. And so he's saying, I'm going to take all this information, I'm going to hand it over to the police. And did he? Because him doing that, they still didn't even notify the parents.
He was a part of that other group with Christine, and she was able to get the police to go out to I guess, to the Cohansey or somewhere to look for her, and he acted weird, and they just blew it off. That's why the police don't want to listen to anybody, because the way he acted.
Wow. So he was acting weird, and the police decided not to look into it. I mean, wouldn't you think that the police would be more inclined?
He just kept on changing his stories, and he's saying that the devil's telling him.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Okay, because now he wants to scare them, and if you're scared of that stuff, of course you'll be pooping in your pants.
No, well, the police is looking at him like he's not a reliable source. His information is not reliable, so they're just ignoring him.
Yeah, because they're not really entertaining him like how these groups are entertaining him. See, these groups are the ones that are reaching out to these people and telling them, hey, he's acting real weird, because he doesn't associate, and nor does he talk to these FBI like how he talks to these people in the group. Okay? I remember he had what Lashonda thinking that spirits was watching her, and he was thinking that Lashonda was the one that was giving us information. But the whole time, literally, the information that I was getting and receiving was information from his own posters. Like, why would he look for a 55-gallon drum, right?
Yeah, that was strange.
Days after Dulce went missing.
And asking for a John boat and all that.
A John boat, that he went in there with his canoe and that he almost drowned, and that his sister, his dead sister, was there, um, and all of this stuff, and you know what I mean? Hell no, we don't see nothing. What we see is two estranged characters acting real weird, and at the end of the day, they really do know each other. And I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that if the FBI is saying that, watch out for weird behavior outside of the family circle dynamics, this is what's going on. And
Not only,
you know,
not only not only did they know each other, they're related.
yeah. But I mean, I'm pretty sure the FBI would know that by now. Because I
How
mean,
they
hell, well,
how they say down south, they're kinfolk.
yeah, yes. But isn't that weird though? Because see, because you've been on the case since the beginning, so it's kind of hard to like explain to somebody stuff that we already know. Because like we would say the newbies that just came in. But wouldn't you think that looking at it from the beginning, everything that you heard throughout Greg and Annie, it doesn't seem weirder now that some kind of sort of connection between both of them?
Yeah, it does seem even more weirder now than what it did before.
Yep.
Well,
I
I
bet
think
you that's
it's weird, period.
And Miss Anna, what do you think about this connection between Miss Annie Janney and Greg the Spirit Whisperer?
Um, I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't know. I don't even know that she never mentioned him to me.
Yeah, well, she claimed that she didn't know him. I had asked her.
yeah, no, that's yeah. She
previously.
yeah. Every time, not only Anna though, because you're okay. So Man of Light. So that's how you would know him. You've been on Annie's Lives, right? With a Man of Light and Angel of Light,
Yeah, but they don't get along.
huh?
They don't get along. Like Man of Light is
Because
just like
because that
the shit.
girl, do you know that that's the same person? Because when I look Man of Light, I've always said it that was him, and everybody was like, "That's not him." I was like, "That's him," because I went through all of his videos, and his favorite sport was on there, right? So then I looked through Angel of Light's videos, and guess what? He has the same sport like videos as him. His favorite thing, the javelins. Yes. So all he was doing, honey, you could argue with each other on YouTube. You could have one phone and be on a YouTube, or one phone like I am, and on my laptop on another phone, and I can change my name if I wanted to. But and we all know it's him now, because now he dropped Dulce, and he's out here fetching Bigfoot.
Looking for Bigfoot.
Oh yeah, he's looking for Bigfoot.
Yeah. Now he's looking for Bigfoot. But anyway, yeah, he Sasquatch. But anyway, yeah. All right. Well, I'm getting off now because my brother came home early from work, and I'm in his room.
Okay. So I guess that concludes the
After he
show
worked.
this evening. Miss Anna, thank you for stopping on by and joining the show.
No problem.
Brenda, thank you for what
Yes.
you.
And I thank you for everything that you've been doing.
Ladies and gentlemen of the internet. Go ahead, Miss Anna.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, that's everybody's done said their closing remarks.
Yep. Goodbye.
All right. Y'all make it a phenomenal day. All right, YouTube world. It is your boy Moises Beauchamp concluding another one. Thank you for watching. I'll catch y'all on the next one. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button on your way out, and share this video. Peace.
Welcome to my world here on the internet. I'm your host, Moises Beauchamp. Support the Felons Uprising Movement today by picking up a free baseball cap or t-shirt. Just cover the shipping costs. Again, pick up a free baseball cap or t-shirt and support the Felons Uprising Movement today. Just click on the link below and order your free state property no more t-shirt today.
No trouble gonna bring me down. Shake me and make me frown. Just let go. Oh, 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 you gotta just let go. Oh, 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 you gotta just let go. Oh, 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 you gotta just let go. Oh,
Meet Hank. He's a gold digger, but he can't find any gold. One day, while browsing the internet, he discovered the Simple Freedom Club. We teach entrepreneurs how to scale fast. Paid traffic domination, funnel building masterclass, conversion secrets. Hank is now making bank with his new funnel. So if you're ready to scale, get instant access now to the SimplyEasyCashSystem.com.